Thank you, Dr. Nawal Al-Hamad, from this overview on nutritional situation in the region, and also for giving us the outline of the WHO regional strategy in nutrition. And we will hear the response from some countries to this strategy, particularly countries from North Africa. We have 5 minutes for discussion. If there are any questions, please.
On the issue of advocacy that you have mentioned, the documents don't really solve the problem of advocacy. You need advocates. What are you doing to have advocates in every country, and advocates that need to be close to the politicians? So I'm just saying we can argue among ourselves, among the technical people, about advocacy, but unless we get the politicians to promote advocacy, it will not happen. So what are the contacts? Where are the politicians? Where is the press in this meeting? Unless we get the attention of the press and the politicians, we will always be complaining. So we need to think about how to do this. Eventually, maybe the unrest is something that will produce politicians that will be able to respond to this. So I think we need to also to be close to the community that is pushing for change. Maybe this can be part of the change agenda.
Group this morning over that room, and this is the aim, is to raise awareness about the importance of this topic. You are right that we need to advocate, and we have political people here to advocate for us about the leaders. Yes, I have somebody raised his hand, Dr. Sharadi.
Merci, madame. Merci, madame. Moi, j'ai une remarque fondamentale, c'est que, en tous les cas, en tant que déterminant, tout le monde sait, déterminant essentiel de la santé, l'OMS s'est prise en retard pour arrêter une stratégie de nutrition. La deuxième reproche à l'OMS, parce que en tous les cas la nutrition ce n'est pas l'apanage des nutritionnistes, des médecins, mais c'est un domaine très vaste où tout le monde devait participer et contribuer pour arrêter une stratégie de promotion de la bonne nutrition. Et malheureusement l'OMS n'a pas encourager la participation des autres, particulièrement les ministères de l'agriculture, les scientifiques, les autres, parce que ce n'est pas au niveau d'une structure de santé, ce n'est pas un expert de nutrition qui va arrêter la stratégie de nutrition, mais la stratégie dépasse ces cadres. Une petite recommandation, si j'ai une recommandation à faire, c'est au niveau de la réglementation internationale. On a vu que ce n'est pas facile de convaincre certaines firmes productrices de fast-food, par exemple. Je prends l'exemple du tabac. Hein, c'est difficile de gagner la bataille pour qu'on inscrive le slogan que la cigarette est dangereuse pour la santé, et comme ça le citoyen, le consommateur, il est responsable de son acte. Mais pour la nutrition, on voudrait bien voir au niveau d'un fast-food que c'est dangereux ce que vous mangez comme graisse, comme.
To respond to this one or after the other questions? You want to respond now? You have any comment? Microphone, please.
I just wanted to say that I agree with both speakers that it's true. We need advocacy. Politicians are far away from us. WHO is not the Ministry of Health. Many sectors are involved. And I think it's up to us, take what you can, take it at the national level, that's what I think, and try to, involve other people in your country. Prioritize your actions, see where the problems are, and step by step do something about it, because we cannot wait for others. If we have the way to go, the roadmap, let's make the best of it. Others are definitely agriculture, you know, for labeling, for making people more aware, to be close to the community and to speak up and down, you know, at all levels. It involves everybody because it's our lives and it's our, you know, getting better health-wise. So I agree with you.
Dr. Nawal for this presentation. Actually, I or Dr. Nawal, you know, we've been part of this strategy, and we don't want to talk on behalf of WHO. But one of the recommendations, you know, we had is that, you know, we form a networking. That networking, you know, it's very difficult to go for a politician. It's very hard. You have to go for steps, you know, to reach this one. But we form initial networking, you know, to communicate with all people, including we form sort of coalition for agriculture, industry, all concerned entities. So may I recommend here that we include, with one of the recommendation, that when we include in the recommendation that we take over this such advocacy and reaching, you know, the politician on awareness of this strategy, and also we extend this networking. We start from here. If all of us, you know, we put the emails or something like that, we start forming a sort of networking to let this strategy be enforced. Thank you.
Dean, maybe this we should talk later on regarding when we discuss the recommendations of the meeting. The last question, please present yourself.
I have to raise 2 points. One of them, really, I see that even the rich countries also complain the same condition, because we have to improve the health education of people about food. And other point, the research about these diseases are very negligible, if they're very low, because there's no budget for this research. So how we note a problem in a country, there is no research or nothing to do for that country? Thank you.
I think, you know, this is strategy or regional strategy on nutrition. You know, it can be done in an office. You know, it's a very scholastic exercise. I think what we need or what we miss here is some practical and empirical information. WHO is very well positioned, for instance, to estimate the budget for nutrition in all the countries. That would be an extremely powerful argument for advocacy. How much we allocate, how much money we allocate for nutrition in these 23 countries of the region. The second thing, which is extremely important, and I think we missed it completely, it's the advertising of poor, nutritious foods. 20 to 50% of the advertising is on food in the, at least the private satellite channels. And what kind of foods? Soft drinks, carbohydrate-rich foods, and you name it. So I think the strategy should really come up with some very, you know, relevant and ideas instead of rehearsing the same words that you can find in any textbooks. Thank you.
Thank you, Mohammed. Maybe when we hear from the countries, the response from the countries, we can see probably some practical actions regarding the strategy. And there is another issue that Dr. Nawal has raised during her presentation, is about the data. We need to work on the data. Most of the data that you showed are from 1996. So we need to have updated data on what's going on, and this is one also of the recommendation, how we should go about this. And we need also about the cost effectiveness of those local or regional interventions, what works. This is also something that we need to tackle it and look at it. maybe the last question from Dr. Azlaf.
Alors, moi je sens qu'il y a un tapage en fait médical, un bruit de fond en fait assourdissant, disons médical, qui fait en sorte que le comportement de départements autres que les départements de santé, donc il y a une sorte de compréhension comme quoi la santé ou la nutrition est l'apanage du ministère de la Santé. En plus, les autres départements n'ont pas les compétences en fait pour entrevoir les enjeux cachés qui sont cruciaux et majeurs pour le développement de leur contrée. C'est un plaidoyer en sourdine, c'est un plaidoyer qui est implosif, sans récepteur. Les process stratégiques doivent être beaucoup plus percutants, beaucoup plus de coordination entre l'OMS, les instances d'éducation internationale, la FAO, etc. Je prends l'exemple de nos cantines au niveau de notre pays, qui sont des plus dramatiques. Merci.